Hello everyone, welcome to Six Sigma IS. We are going to discuss the polity previous year question of mains to 2025. So question is, compare and contrast the presidential power to pardon in India and in USA. Are there any limits to it in both countries, and what are preemptive pardon? So this question, many times students may found it difficult, but actually it is not. It's a question of both static and current affair, because US presidential election was in news. That's why, and that's why it was in news. And also Donald Trump was exercising preemptive pardon powers. That's why this was discussed in Hindu. Let me show you. Right. That's why this question has been asked. So don't think that this question has come from US Constitution, that apart from Indian Constitution you also have to read US Constitution. No, the question has come from current affairs. So you have to read Indian Constitution in addition to current affairs, right? And Indian Constitution presidential parliamentary power has been discussed in class, as you can see in the notes. So that part is not beyond the class discussions. And the preemptive pardon, that you need to go through current affairs, right? Before discussing the answer, let me tell you about our GS Foundation program, where you will be given GS CSAT lectures, current affairs, lecture test, personalized mentorship, daily answer writing, test series of both prelims and mains. Right? So here you can introduce your introduction by definition method. By definition method, where you can provide definition of pardoning power of president. That is a executive function, but here by this pardoning, by exercising the power of pardon, executive is exercising judicial power, and it is meant to rectify judicial errors and mistakes, and to reward the person who have been reformed in jail by forgiving the rest of their punishment, right? So that definition you can provide. Then comes to the comparison of pardoning powers of Indian and US president. I've told you that is best explained through table, right? So in India, president can exercise pardoning power only on union offenses, death sentence, and also court martial cases. But in USA, it can apply only on federal offense cases. So here, many times student finds difficult to generate points for US president pardoning power. If you know Indian president pardoning power, then US president pardoning power also points you can generate, because you know about USA that there is federal system. So if there is federal system, then US president obviously will have power to pardon cases where the culprit has violated federal law, right? So that's why easily you can generate your point here. Do remember, US president can also pardon court martial case or death sentence if it is given under federal law, union government law, right? But in Indian Constitution, it is specifically written that Indian president can pardon union offense, death sentence, and also court martial cases, right? Then judicial review. In India, limited judicial review existed. If president exercise power mala fidely, then only you can challenge the pardoning power of president. But in USA, the US pardoning power can be challenged before the cannot be challenged before the Supreme Court. So court intervention is very rare there, right? Advisory role, president act on the aid and advice of council of minister headed by PM president, PM headed council of minister. Here president exercise the power independently, because you know that in India parliamentary form of government is followed, and in America presidential form of government is followed. From there you can generate this point, right? Then here president cannot deal with state offenses while exercising partnering power, but in America also president cannot deal with state offenses, but at the same time president cannot exercise pardoning power to impeachment cases, right? In India also on impeachment cases it cannot exercise, but in American Constitution it is specifically written that president cannot exercise power of pardoning against impeachment cases, right? So that's why this point is uh, uh, that's how you can make this point clear. Then comes to the preemptive pardon. If you have read the current affairs, fine. If you not, then you little bit intelligent guessing in mains also you can do. Like preemptive means preventive pardon, means before somebody get convict, you pardon that person, right? So a little bit smart guessing here you can do by just trying to find the meaning of preemptive word in context of pardon, right? So here US president has the power to pardon somebody even before such person's conviction. Thereby such person will avoid persecution completely and will not get convicted. But in India, only after somebody get convicted and hand over punishment by the court, then only president can exercise the power. So in India, president has punitive pardon, but not preemptive pardon, right? So here you can give the example like General Ford, president, pardoned Richard Nixon for his involvement in Watergate, right? In Watergate. Or recently, Donald Trump also issued preemptive pardon to Michael Flynn, right? Here also you can draw a table if you wish. If you want to write in points format, that's also fine, right? So here you have to just write about the pardoning power of US president, Indian president. So in conclusion, do not write the way forward, do not write the solutions. You just write that what is the importance of pardon. That pardon basically is meant to make sure that judicial errors are rectified, or pardoning power should be exercised with caution. We should not involve any political reasoning or political interest behind it, right? That's how you can end your answer. So your conclusion should be short and crisp, of at maximum 2-3 lines, right? So here you do not need to write a long conclusion of way forward where you're writing 5-6 points of solutions, right? So that's how you can easily and simply write this answer, right? But it's a little difficult question because many times students do not read current affair regularly. That's why they miss out preemptive pardon article published in Hindu, and they may not able to answer it. But if little bit smart guessing is applied, then this question is attemptable. At least this portion is surely attemptable, right? So now I will like to inform you about our mentorship program for 26, 27, 28, where you will be given current affair lectures, test, personalized mentorship, daily answer writing, test series of prelims, mains, and NCRT under the guidance of Dr. Shikha Darbari, who is IRS, former Chief Commissioner of Income Tax, economist, and parliamentary affairs expert, right?